FlossTube, Janelle here with coffee, wine, and stitching time. I have no coffee, I have no wine, but I've got water. It's kind of lame, huh? I should really get some, really should have like tequila shots or something like that tonight. Anyway, welcome to my channel about cross stitch and yarn and life and lots of things. Whatever happens, right? I feel like it's a confessional again starting. It's been a while since I've been here last. I was starting to rewatch my last video to try to figure out what I said I was gonna do, from what my plans were for next time, you know, when I was gonna come back in like 2 to 4 weeks, something like that. And now it's April, May, June, July. Oh my gosh, it's been 3 months. Look at that. Yeah, middle of April, April 12th, July 9th. Yeah, it's about that. Anyway, I have done a lot, hence not being here. I have quite the perimeter around me today. I feel like an airline stewardess here. In this corner we have this, and your exits are out here, you know. Anyway, yeah, so I think the last video was right after the yarn shop hop, and I had a retreat coming up, so I went to the needling retreat, so I got that stuff. I had a garage sale. I did quite a bit of grandkids stuff, so that was fun. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I know there was more in May, but I can't remember what else was in May. I've been to Welcome Stitchery at least once, possibly twice. There might have been a welcome weekend in there too. Welcome weekend, and then Annie B's retreat. And then I did a 2-week road trip. The Annie B's retreat kind of started that off, and then I went down through Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, into Colorado Springs, up through Colorado, Denver, that area, Loveland, Fort Collins, up to Wyoming, through Casper, and into Sheridan for the 307 retreat. Cross Stitch Emporium with Jenny. So yeah, let's see. I just got piles and piles and piles of stuff. So this weekend is the Frogworts retreat, the virtual retreat through Black Needle Society. And then I've been to a couple lock-ins at the yarn shop at B1, and I have another one I'm going to tomorrow night. So I've been working a ton. So this weekend's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna see how this all works out. These are my plans this weekend. Work a ton of overtime because there's things happening, and they want everybody all hands on deck as much as they can. Grandkids might come out. We got a pool. It's not a big pool, it's a baby pool. It's a 13-foot pool, round pool, but it's enough for 2 floaties, and it's a good practice pool. So if we want a bigger one, we've practiced with this one and we know what to do with our water, you know, that kind of stuff. So kids might come out, and grandkids, of course. Frogworts retreat, and the lock-in tomorrow, and maybe some 4-wheeling with a husband if he wants to get out, if it's decent out. Maybe watch, you know, let's see what this weekend what we can pack into it. So it'll be good. So I figured better do this now, just in case I can't this weekend, because I've been putting this off and putting this off, obviously, 3 months, right? So the things I'm going to share with you are in no order whatsoever. None. Nada. We are going to, I think I'm going to start basically all the plans. Okay, let me start with that. There's a pile directly in front of me, which is the junk on the table. The computers, the extra old iPhones, all of the journals, all the cross-stitch, like project keepers, yarn keepers, the inventory plan, the all the stuff, the whip parade in process, all of that, it's still in the pile right there, right on the other side of you. And it has been touched, and it's probably not going to for, well, maybe August. So you know what, it is what it is, and we'll see. Maybe there's going to be a month that I'm going to be bored and I'll be able to do that. Let's hope so, right? I bought oh no, I put it away already. On my road trip, I went to Buc-ee's, and they had a cup that said something about like, I long for just an ordinary day, an ordinary week, you know, work my normal hours. Sorry. Just had a chat, a little message that popped up and had to read it. See, so yeah, and just an ordinary day, an ordinary week, work my normal hours that week, and be able to come home and relax and do all the things in a rushing fashion, and just for everything I've done, I feel like I'm pretty relaxed though, because work has been a little bit better. We hired another person and she's amazing, so there has been some pressure relieved, but then, you know, other things break and then pressures expand. Anyway, we're not here to talk about work though. That is not what this channel is about. This channel is to escape from that world and indulge ourselves into the cross stitch and the yarn and all the goodies. And let me tell you, this will not disappoint for haul. If you are into all the haul, you will not be disappointed. Okay, I did have this organized in one point, but it's really not anymore. So I'm going to do this first. Like I said, this is gonna be like the yarn, the cross stitch, everything's gonna be just all mixed together, and the rhyme or in order of it is basically as I grab it. It's not in date order at all. So, but each thing might trigger like, oh, that's from that, or oh, that's from that, you know, it is what it is. By the way, did I say my name's Janelle? I don't know. If this is your first time here, welcome. Okay. So the first thing is my current whip, like the thing I have been working on, the thing I'm planning on working on whenever I'm in chat rooms for the cross stitch retreat this weekend. And oh yeah, I'll do that next. So this is my current project that I'm working on. It is Barbara Anna Designs Patriotic ABC. It's this really fun little eagle guy, and I started this at the Annie B's retreat at Welcome Weekend. So that was like the 17th, 18th, the middle of June. So I started it then, and I worked on it there. I worked on it more at the 307 retreat in Sheridan, Wyoming. And this is where I'm at. Let me throw this up behind it. This is where I'm at. I did pull some different colors, so it's a little bit off from, look, I'm using a floss drops, floss ring. I have things flossed. I have my flosses all like, yes, they are long, but you can't cure me in one sitting. So, but yeah, so these are all the flosses I'm using. I just went and grabbed flosses that I did pull the called for colors, and then I altered from there. So that is what I have. So yeah, I'd say that's about halfway done or so. Okay, let me go ahead and get this out of the way. And we'll get that, because that's like the pieces of it are everywhere. All right, there's that. So Frogworts, Year 7 Black Needle Society. That's what this weekend is. Usually it's just a little box. It was a big box this time. So yeah, interesting. And I opened it last night as I was chatting with the people in the retreat. I'm like, hey, has everybody in here gotten their box and seen it? Because I haven't opened mine yet. So here are the things that we got in this box. So if you don't know about Frogwarts, you know, let me actually, here's all of my Frogwart stuff. So like I said, it's year 7 right now. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. So these are all of the past ones. So year 1, and if you didn't realize, Frogwarts, it's a play on the Harry Potter stuff. So, and it's the competitive cross-stitch retreat. So this is year 1, what it looks like. I don't have any of these completely finished. Here's year 2. Year 3. I think this is the one that I have the most done. And then year 4. I think this is the real year 4. Oh wait, here, it's got the year in it. Yep. So this is year 4. Year 4 and year 5 both say year 4, so I just have to look at the copyright date to see which one was which. So that's year 4. Year 5, and as you can see, I still have it in the package. Obviously I haven't started that one. Otherwise it would have been taken out of there. So yeah, so here's year 5. And year 6. All right, so, and just to give you an idea, okay, so did I say year 2 was the one that I had the most done on? I lied. This is, well, I might be telling the truth. I don't know. It's been a little bit since I've had these out. I was going to try to work on them a bit this month, but just hadn't gotten there. So this is what I have for year 2 completed. There, you can see it a little bit better there now. And then just gonna fold this back up. I am hoping to, you know, attend the cross stitch retreat a little bit and actually work on some of this stuff. That would be nice. So maybe it's year 3. That's okay. I don't know which one I said, but okay, here's year 3. So that is what I have done for year 3. I don't have the borders and the things done because I think I want to do them a little bit differently. I want to turn them into drums. So I want to do some sort of like line across the top and the bottom as kind of a good point to help me figure out what you know, my finishing of it. It's going to make it a little easier to finish. And then I have year 1 started with a minor little start. But I've got all the, well, I can't say I have all the floss. I have the floss for year 1, 2, and 3 for sure. Possibly 4. But I should probably, there's a hole. There's a hole. It's all there. It's messy, but it's all there. And then I have all my fabric as well. I hand dyed the fabric. Coffee Tea Steen dyed it. So yeah. So that is what the previous Frogwarts was that I had done before. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw that up in the chair too. So in the box, we get a box every year. So this is year 7. This is the final year. To be honest, I am not sure if they're going to do like a, they talked at one point of doing a alumni kind of in-person retreat. I've been so busy, I haven't been able to get on any of the chats or really follow up on any of the emails that have gone out. So I'm not sure what's happening, but each year there's a coffee cup that tells a little bit of the story for this. So this is year 7. I have a person that I'm giving all the cups to. So each year there is fancy floss, and they call it every flavor floss. It's from Color and Cotton, and it's kind of the take on the birdie, or I don't know, I can't remember the name of it, but these are the floss colors, and I do love the floss colors that we get each year for it. All right, let's see. We got a piece of fabric this year. It's Fiberlicious, and they give us the choice of Aida. They give you a choice of Aida, even weaver linen, and I usually pick Aida as my first choice. And this is called Fiberlicious, and it's called Fabric Always, 16 count. It's a pretty blue-gray. It's kind of, let me see. Let's see if that helps anything. Turn a light on behind. Oh yeah, that helps a little. I should have been smart and did that before. Oh well. But yeah, I think that's a very pretty floss. I like it. Or fabric. Pretty blue-gray. Steel blue. Light steel blue. So many things you could call it. All right, we got a pair of owl scissors. We got a bookmark, the Three Brothers bookmark, and it's a nice leather. It's nice, I like it. It's good, it's good. We got a, I open at, oh, my nose just started running. I open at the close one of these leather bound trays that snap like that. I have a gray one up there that I had from, that's out in Abbey, Gilmore Girls Retreat. But yeah, these are nice. We got an iron-on. Dobby. Dobby has no master. Dobby is a free elf. So you can use that as an iron-on something. We got a zipper pouch. So it's got the zipper on the side here. And then it's the Tales of Beetle the Bard. And it has that on both sides. We got some thread jewelry. A little thread ring, and then I think it was the Deluminator is what that is. You get a little card explaining what each thing is. We got the pattern. So here is year 7. It's got year 7 has a lot on it. There's that. Put that up there. Keep those patterns together. We got a needle minder. And this one is Escaping Gringotts. So this is the dragon and Gringotts. So it's that part of the movie. And then the reason the box is so big, they gave a, what did they call it? Hogwarts bell pole. So you can see it's a decent size. And you know, for the fabric that you're doing it on, you can like, a lot of people are doing these like one right after another, like a whole thing, so you can use this to hang your one single stitched piece. But if you weren't doing it in one piece, I'm not really sure how this could work. I guess maybe you could like attach each one, like somehow maybe put some grommets and some rings or something like that. That might be kind of neat. I never thought of doing anything like this. I was going to just, my idea was do them as, you know, drums, but I don't know. I'll have to, now that I just thought of like the whole grommet thing, and I know there's extra material on there, I'll have to think about that. That might be kind of cool if somebody wanted to have each one come down. I don't know. So yeah. And it says, we'll help you display a finished Frogwarts piece or another Harry Potter design you enjoy from the bell pull. So there it is. All right. I'm gonna put that box out there because I always have a little bit of trash. So we're gonna use that box for gathering trash and trying to keep things in a neat and organized manner. All right, next. Yeah, we're just gonna go this way. Next, it looks like, oh, that's from 307. That's from my road trip. That's from before. That's from other thing. Okay, we're gonna go here. So this, like I said, no specific order. So on my road trip, I went to a few different places, and look, I bought yarn. It came undone. Okay, so there is a yarn shop in Sheridan, Wyoming, where the retreat was held. Again, it's the Cross Stitch Emporium, the 307 retreat where I was at in Sheridan, Wyoming. Jenny, she opened her shop the Wednesday before. So it was like the 25th or whatever that Wednesday was of June. That was the day her shop doors opened. She's been online and she's brought her shop to retreats and things like that, but that was her first brick and mortar opening. So that was very, very, very fun. I know there's more yarn over there somewhere. There's kind of a, yep, there we go. Okay, so Fiber House was the yarn shop that was in Sheridan. And one of the things that's nice about going to different areas, I like to go in and be like, hey, do you have any local yarn? And I got to see Stacy from Thread the Needle Stitchery. I haven't seen her for a while. Well, I saw her last November at her retreat, but we got to actually spend time together. Like, she wasn't working her retreat, and we got to, you know, hang out, and we went shopping and all that. So, but yeah, so this was actually, this one I got, it's Wicked Tint yarn, and it's inspired by nature, hand dyed in Wright, Wyoming. And it is a DK, and it's called Moss and Shrooms. And I think that the colors are very pretty. And here's another one. This is also, this one's called Autumn Harvest, and this one's called an Eco DK. The other one was a HT DK. I don't know what HT or Eco means for this, but if you can look, there's like some flyaways. I'm going to call it flyaways, where this one doesn't have the flyaways. Another one I got is called Worn Jeans. Pretty color. Oh yeah, I got two of the Eco DK one. And then this is Mountain Meadow Wool. This is actually in Buffalo, Wyoming, and it's about a half hour, 45 minutes or something like that, south of Sheridan. and it didn't work out, but I'm hoping to go out that direction again sometime because I want to stop by. They actually have tours of the fiber mill and everything like that. And so this is Mountain Down in Natural, and this is a 2-ply sport weight that I got. And I learned about this from the yarn shop because we visited a yarn shop on the way. The yarn shop that we went to was called the Twisted Stitch, and that was in Fort Collins, Colorado. And I found this one. So she only had one of these left, but I'm like, I want something from that dyer. So this is also a 2-ply sport weight, and this one's called Overdyed Thistle. So I got these two to go together. So that'll be fun. I got some other fun things from there too. This, did I get two? Yep, I got 2 colors of this. This is Manos del Uruguay. It's 100% Cordell wool, and I feel like I've seen this before, but it's not something you see often, and I just love the feel of it. It's a is it a chunky? It's 109 yards, 100 grams, or yeah, 100 grams, 109 yards. Gauge 11 to 13 stitches. So it's, I don't know if you consider, I think it's considered a chunky. It's more than worsted, that's for sure. So I got these 2. And then here is another one, and this was more of a local one. It's called Get Knit Faced in Colorado. And I believe this is dyed in Colorado. I don't think it is, it's not produced, it's just dyed. So I thought was a fun color. And then I thought, I want to do something fun. I don't know if I'm going to put this with this to give it some oomph, or put this with this to give it some oomph. But I got this, it's Concept, and it's just a, it's got like little sequinies on it, so I thought that would be kind of fun. And then they had some of this as well. Oh, I can't remember I don't know what this is called, but and it has no English on it, so I can't even tell you. It's Eula, Y-U-L-A. And there's Cosmo floss inside of it. So basically it's this bag, you do this embroidery stitching, and it has everything you need for it in there. All the floss, all the stitching. It might even have a needle. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I couldn't choose which one I liked better, so I got both. So that was fun. So that is my fiber of yarn shop experience. Like I said, I'm going to try to keep this a little neat so I can put things away. Because if the grandkids come over, it could be a mess in here. All right, next up, this is some table gifts from the retreat, and table gifts, and also some of the swag bag stuff, and maybe even some purchases. This is a cute little bag that I got from Nancy, one of the bougie stitchers. She made these, so that was really fun. Thank you, Nancy. And then there is, I got a 307 stitch needle minder, and that was from Shelly. And oh my gosh, Shelly is all right. I was so glad to meet Shelly. She is actually one of the, she's one of the hosts of some of the retreats out that way. So I found out that there are some different retreats out there, and yeah, I definitely want to get back out there. It was so nice. The road trip was amazing. I loved the openness, the land, the mountains, the hills, the green. it was invigorating. It was awesome. I loved it. I came back refreshed, relaxed, and I'm glad I had that little getaway. So, all right, Deb. I can't remember what her Etsy shop is, but everybody calls her Rhode Island Deb, or at least Jenny does. But she was there, and she had some different things, and she had these little poles, zipper poles or bag poles, and 307 Wyoming. So I got one of those. I got a cute little froggy thing from Amy for my scissors. Here's a cute little bracelet. This, I believe, was in the swag. A little nectar pack for drinks. Oh, I got a little counting pin from Rhode Island Deb from her shop. Got some floss from Amy. A little tea wallet from Amy. This is such a cute idea. So it's just this cute little wallet with pockets, and you can put your little, you can always have some tea with you wherever you go. And then some stitch markers, or is it a bracelet? I didn't even open it. I was thinking it was stitch markers, but that doesn't make a whole lot of sense at a cross stitch retreat. Let me open this one and see. Look at it. It's cute. It's it has two ends on it like this. I'm not seeing something attach it to either side, so I don't know exactly what it is. But it's, oh, here we go. Here we go. It's like a bag, like a fob or bag jewelry. There you go. The little thing is right in the middle. Found it. It's, I'm like, it could be a bracelet. It could be an anklet for, you know, I was like, what is this? But there it is. It's thread jewelry. Love it. Okay. We got some handmade cards, and these are really fun. Cute rooster. And then a little seahorse as well. So those are neat. Handmade cards are a fun thing to get. And it looks like this envelope was also handmade. And it's kind of a vinyl-y, almost like wallpaper material. It's very cool. Okay, so that's some of it. You know, if I was smart, I would like do some of this. Take a break, put that all away, come back, do some more, take a break, put it all away. I might do that. I might like make it about that far and take a break. We'll see. Oh, there was a bag exchange. So they did, you know, like the small swap, and then they did the bag exchange. And I made a bag, and I think I don't remember the person's name that got it. I hope she liked it. I don't know. This is the bag I got, and I got this from, her name I believe was Deb. She and Lori were there together, if I'm remembering names right. Oh my gosh. And I picked it because on the outside of the bag it had this, and I'm like, okay, coffee. I think this one's mine. This one says Janelle. So yeah. And I'm wondering, I feel like she might have made these too. Nope, she didn't. But yeah, so very fun. All right. Oh, I got some snake-free stitch markers from the yarn shop as well. And each of these have numbers on them. So when you have something that you're like counting a lot of, I mean, so it's like it has 450. So this would be really good for like sweaters and things like that. And then here I got a needle minder from the shop, from the 307 retreat, Cross Stitch Emporium. Visited that from Ziggy's Closet. I won a door prize. So Rhode Island Deb makes these really fun fruit pin cushions. She makes blueberries. I think there were strawberries. There's tomatoes. I feel like there might, I'm not sure if there was something else or not, but I won a door prize and I got a blueberry. And I just realized this probably has walnut shells in it. All right. Next, okay, got this little bag. This is a table gift from I sat with Stacy. I sat with oh, you know what? I don't know if this was a table gift from the people I was sitting with or if this was, I don't know, there's like this fabric tied on it. If this was a table gift, it was from Becky, but I'm not positive, or if unless it was just given to us by somebody that stopped by. Here's a little thing with some rickrack, a little notepad, a little fuzz cleaner. Ooh, I didn't know these were in here. Oreos. We're gonna have those later. We got a bit of honey. Nancy and Amy made Snackle boxes and they were really good. And then there were some soft caramel truffles as well. We're gonna put all that up there. Got a pen. So yeah, so that was a fun little thing. And then there's also some tea. Fun, fun, fun. Okay. I had to get a shirt, of course, right? Cross Stitch Emporium gear. And they had these sweatshirts. Although, so there's the logo there, the Cross Stitch Emporium. Imagine, Believe, Create. And this isn't like a normal sweatshirt. It's like very, very, very stretchy. And it's kind of, it's like nylon-y. And it's thin. And it's, I mean, it's got give, it's got pull. I'm trying, what is it? I don't know. It feels really good. But it's not like the stuff you get from Temu or different orders online. It's different. It's 60% cotton, 35% polyester, and 5% spandex. So I'm very excited. This will be nice. And yes, it's like probably 90 degrees outside. And yes, I'm wearing a sweatshirt. So yeah, I wear sweatshirts all the time. It's cold in my house. All right, some more shopping that I did. There's a quilt store in Sheridan, and I don't remember the name of the quilt store now. Oh wait, I will. Before I'm done in the bag, we'll know, because unless I got rid of it, hopefully I didn't get rid of it. She put, nope, here it is. The Quilter's Fix. And her name is Jackie. She was super, super nice. I visited that shop a couple times. The first time I went there, I found this. And I thought this was really, really fun. And I found these to go with it. This one. And then this blue-gray to coordinate as well. And I thought this would make a really great 3-yard quilt. Well, I came back and showed people my fabric, and they said, oh my gosh, I love that. So I'm like, all right, cool. But before I left there, I noticed some things, but I just didn't do it. I only got these. So when Amy and Shelly went back to go shopping because they had to go look for this, I said, hey, can you get me some of this? And I told them where it was. I thought this was really cool. It's a patriotic thing, and it has like it's like a collage of all these different things, and it has God Bless America, Star Spangled Banner, the states, definitions of different things, state capitals. You know, I just thought it was really cool. And then I knew that they had other colors with it. This. So first I said, can you get me that? And I said, and see if there's a cool floral that goes with it. Well, they had two cool florals. They had red and blue. So at first I said, when I looked at the pictures, I'm like, I want the red. Give me the red. And then I wrote back again later, and they were still there, thank God. I said, I want blue too. So I said, all right. So I got some patriotic stuff there. But then the next day, I went back with Shelly again. So, and this time I did a little more digging. This I thought was super, super fun. This with these owls. Isn't that just cute? Very fun. And this is why I had to go back with Shelly, because when Shelly came back the first day, she came back with this. And I'm like, oh, I need that in my life. And when I was there, I'm like, okay, well, I have to find something to go with that. So I found this. I thought those were so cool together. And then she was getting more of this with it. So I'm like, oh, so I had to add that to the collection. And then I came across this, and I'm like, oh, look, that'll look really good with that too. So that added to the collection. But wait, there's more. This I got just because it was really fun, but you know what? It might go with these owls too. So there's that. I love these farm type fabrics. And then I got this little gingham print to go with it. I think that's, oh no, that's houndstooth, not gingham. And then these awesome cowgirl stuff in a nice pink to offset that. And then they had this one too. This one has like different recipes on it, like cheesecake. Cheesecake's the one that really sticks out. Italian meatballs, linguine, all kinds of stuff on it. Thought that was really fun. So that was my fabric experience. But wait, there's more. So we did, I went with a friend, her name is Lisa, and we road tripped along the way from Minnesota into Colorado and then up to Wyoming. Spent the weekend in Wyoming for the retreat, and then after that we headed back through South Dakota, back home, and we made different stops all along the way. One of the stops that we made was in Laverne, Minnesota, where they had the new giant nutcracker. And I will shove a picture of the nutcracker in there. If any of you guys follow me on Facebook, she tagged me in all of these posts too, so you can see some of the fun things that we saw. In Laverne, they're known for their nutcrackers. There's a museum there, and it houses over 7,100 nutcrackers, which is quite amazing. We spent a good amount of time in there, and I did make a couple purchases at the gift shop at that museum. I'm not sure if people donate different things or what, but they had this apparently this nutcracker makes noise. But I couldn't pass this one up. This was so cute. He is gonna make a fun addition to my tier tray and my Christmas decorations. And then they had some puzzles, and I thought these were fun. So there's something amiss, and they're 500-piece puzzle. That one's 500, and then this one was also really cool. So got some fun there. Yep, and that was at the History Center, the largest, most colorful nutcracker collections in the world, home to one of them. So I think they're like the 3rd largest or something like that. So Laverne, Minnesota. All right. Don't worry, there's still more. So one of the places we stopped, the first place we stopped with was Ruth's Stitchery in Colorado Springs. It wasn't the first place we stopped. It was the first place we stopped in Colorado. I didn't do any like cross stitch shops or anything like that, like along the way. We started those in Colorado, so it was kind of like that jump up from there is where we did some of those stops. So Ruth's Stitchery in Colorado Springs was one of the places, and I have these things all just mixed together. I just kept the bags to identify where I was at. We made it to Colorado Cross Stitcher. We made it to a stitching shop in Denver. We made it to, there was another cross stitch or another quilt shop in Littleton, Colorado. And then we did not make it to the shop in Greeley. Their hours, they opened at 11 during the summer, and we needed to get on the road prior to that in order to make some good time. So we made it to the 4 of the 5 that I had planned. But so this is the pile of stuff I got from there. I think this is the pile of that. There might be more in the other bag still too. But they had some fun zippers. So this was at Ruth's Stitchery. So I got a few different zippers. That I can't show you because that's intended for somebody. Let's see. Oh, this I actually got from, this I purchased from Jenny, the Cross Stitch Emporium, from Jenny's shop. Here's another little needle minder I got from Ziggy's Closet. I'm like, why is this in a different bag? But now I know why. Travel Together. She had some patterns I hadn't seen before. So this was Jeanette Douglas, Travel Together. That was really pretty. I did kit up a few things along the way. The Bluebird Inn by Quaint Rose. Seasonal etchings. I don't know if I've seen this one before. So that was cool. And I was like, oh, is that old or is that new? But I'm looking to see if there is a year on it. $2022. So there we go. Stitching Maiden. I thought this was cute. I don't know that I would do all of that part of it, but I thought the dress and the girl and the scissors and stuff was fun. So the potting bench from Blueberry Ridge Designs. Those are cute. And then Jenny's got a dollar donation bin. So she has things that are in this bin, and you just donate $1 or whatever for each thing. And so I got this, the floral bouquet. So that was one from Jenny's shop. This was from this was from Rue Stitchery. It's called a Packaroo panel. I thought this was really cool. And you can use this for bags, pillows, wall hangings. It says whatever you need. It's from Hoops and Needles. It's like a canvasy kind of thing, and you could like you just use it like that, or you could do a little embroidery on it. I don't know. It just seemed like something that was kind of cool. I got a quilt pattern, Boot Scoot and Boogie. There were some other quilt patterns. There were two different ones that I thought were really cool, but they didn't have them in stock. Gothic Bat. I thought that was cool. That was from a stitching shop. So I think we're getting into a stitching shop and all of that kind of stuff now. This one's from Shepherd's Bush, Bless This Land. This is a kit with all the stuff. This was from the shop that I went to in Littleton. They had 2 or 3 spinny racks of older patterns. That was their cross stitch area. And I found this one. It was summertime, and it's a seasonal bitty button thing. I thought this was cute. All right, this one, don't recall where I got this one, but it's Heart and Hand, A Garden's Beauty. Oh, this came out of a freebie from the retreat. That's what it was. This also did, Shelly had these. Hands-on design, so much fun. And she also gave some of the floss that was for it too. So that was cool. Let's see. Okay, back to purchases. Modern Folk Embroidery, The Wings of a Dove. I thought this was really pretty. I hadn't seen this one before. Broad Stripes and Bright Stars, Teresa Kogut. Again, I was like, is that a new book? But no, it's older. Hip Kittens, because everybody needs a hip kitten in their life. Twin Peaks Santa. I love this guy with the chickens. This one might be a duplicate, but just in case. Dear Santa by Kathy Barrick. Patchwork Spools, Hello from Liz Matthews. That was a fun thing. I think that would be really cool to go up on my wall here. Birds of a Feather. Okay, so this was at the Colorado Cross Stitcher, and I didn't realize they were the one with all of the birds of a feather until I walked in and saw them all on the wall. So I got that one. I actually got a couple of them. They're gonna be in some of my other bags because I kitted up a couple of things. I got Scare You. It's just the pattern I can't show you, but it's Shepherd's Bush. And then I also got the Sheep Freebie by Shepherd's Bush, and it has the buttons with it too. The Hedgehog by Cottage Garden. Scarlet Seed Sampler. Okay, so at the retreat at Welcome Stitchery, I had perfect timing. Shelly from Sips and Whips and Sips, or Sips and Whip. I don't know what their FlossTube is called. Shelly and Justine Shelly. She brought her under the bed box in, and they were going through, and she was divvying out some finishing things to a couple of gals that do finishing, and I got to see some of her stuff. So she got me on the whole scattered seed sampler pin keep stuff when I saw them stitched. So like I said, that was perfect timing. So, and I even got lemon bars out of the deal too. I don't know if I just kind of forced myself in there and said, oh, look, lemon bars, and took them, but there were more than one. They could share. So scattered seed sampler. I got the Remember Me pin keep. I got the Nesting Together. Fruit of the Vine needle roll. This one was really cool too. Out on a Limb. Harvest Waiting. And, oh, here we go. Nope, let's see if there's any more of the pin keeps. I think that's all the pin keeps. Then I got Plum Street Sampler, Good and Plenty. I saw this one stitched up at Colorado Cross Stitcher, and it was so cute. Love Always. And this is by the House of Stitch and Stash. And I'm not fond of that, so I found this. Is it this one? Wait a sec. It's this one. And then I found, I had been looking at this one and I just never got it. The Penny Basket by Pansy Patch Quilts. So I got this because I'm gonna put this guy in there instead. Nettie's Sewing Basket by Primrose Cottage. Silver Creek Sampler, Needle Little Love. I'd seen this around and I'm like, I want that. Oh, there is another pin keep. Here you go. Gathering Together. Here is one of the Birds of a Feather. Now, I had been wanting this one since I saw Pam from Just Keep Stitching stitch it, and I was so happy when I found out that they were being re-released. So that was one of them. I got Fanciful Flight by Robin Pickens. Penny's Penguins Heart of Christmas by Artful Offerings. Relax from the Colorado Cross Stitcher. I saw it stitched up on their samples and it was so cute. Jingle All the Way Dear from Quaint Rose. Perfect Fit. This I got from the Roost Stitchery in Colorado Springs. Cottage Garden, the Skunk. And then Quaint Rose. I did like some Quaint Rose this time, didn't I? Vixen Mint Company. And then Sweet Wing Studio. Wordy Birds. I got the May. All right. But wait, there's more. Okay, so here is my Dot the Bird. Dot the Bird is one that I wanted to figure out stitching it on Jenny's FlossTube videos. She had some different options, so I got to see those color options and I was so happy I did, because I picked out what I want to do, so now I just have to order my floss and get this kitted up and get it raring to go. We're gonna put that into the, let's do something with that pile first. Let's see. Oh, here's more. I separated things a little bit, I guess, but not totally. I got a needle minder from a stitching shop. The Primitive Hair, Kiss Me in Paris, 30 count. And then I got the Winter Frost 30 count Primitive Hair. I got this for the Boo. They're like triangles. It's a, I think it's Primitive Hair. Banner, flags, thing, pendants, something like that. I got that for that. And then Mill Hill kit. I thought that was cute. I got a few stickers because stickers are kind of fun, and I'm starting to put stickers on cups. I got some fabric. I got Fiber on a Whim Dolomite from a stitching shop. Red Thicket. So Jenny had a trunk, there was a trunk show for Red Thicket there, and I got Chimney, and I got a 36 Modena. So it's like even weave, but it's thinner. And this one is called Chimney. This one is Crookback Bog, and it's a 20 count Lugana. And here's a 20 count Lugana, and this is Oubliette. It's very soft, pretty blue-gray. I like it. I got some Snickerdoodle, 20 count Ada Opal. $18 count Ada Cream. I don't have any just plain cream. 20 count Lugana Robin. Nice soft pink. I was very much into the pinks. There you go. There's, because I wanted to try to find some things to start, so I did kit some things up. I think I still have to figure out which one to do on Dot the Bird, but I want to get the floss first. This one's Fiber on a Whim Ada Morganite. Got some Atomic Ranch. They also had a trunk show there, 18 count Vapors. And then 28 count Linen Weathered Stone from Atomic Ranch. So that is the stuff I bought like that. Okay, so now good. They had some bags there, and I can't, she's from Casper, Wyoming, that was selling these, and I can't remember her name, but this is one of the Hemingway bags. And I am hoping that I can find the pattern for the Hemingway bags because I like these a lot. I would really love to make one a little bit bigger if I could, so I'm very intrigued to like find this. I love how it zips kitty corner like that. It's just a fun thing. Okay, so inside here are some things that are kitted. Oh yes, I had this. Okay, yeah, that's right. So this is the pattern that we got. This is called Saddle Up You, and this is the pattern from the Proper Stitcher for the retreat piece. Little cowgirl and a sheep. So I kitted that up with, I got some floss from 307 from the Cross Stitch Emporium. And then I got some Red Thicket, 36 count Modena snickerdoodle. So this one is not opalescent. So that's what I got for that. All right, and one of the other things that I wanted to kit up, and because I kept watching Jenny do it on her FlossTubes, Spring Hair by Lottie Dot. So I bought that. I got the pink for that. I got Dahlia from Atomic Ranch. And for fun to go with this, I got some Sulkies. And I'm gonna see if I can do this. So you can see the colors. Better. So those are the colors I picked up for it. It has there. And these two on my left side, they are metallic. And then I got a white, a gray, a light mauve, and a burgundy. So I thought that would be really cool. So that is that one kitted up. And then, this one I brought along with me. This one I actually kitted up when I was at Welcome Stitchery at the Annie B's retreat. The blue flower cone flowers. I got Fiber on a Whim beanstalk, and Julie that we see down there all the time. She does. She came up with her own conversion with some Glorianas, water lilies, dinky dyes, and all that. So this is Amber and myself. We got together and decided to kit that up. So that is for cone flowers. We are now in my project bag of what I brought with me for like projects to work on. So so I had these kitted up, so I'm like, oh, I could start these there. So another thing that I purchased when I was there was from Colorado Cross Stitcher was the Birds of a Feather. I got French Lesson, and for this I got this Silver Moon, and it is an 18 count Aida. And I pulled, I'm not going to pull them all out, but I pulled the called for colors, and then I found the they'll swap for them. And then I got some Lady Dot Creates trim as well. All right, and then there was one other thing that I kitted up when I was there, and it is Love Poppet Floral Butterfly. And I kitted this up at the Cross Stitch Emporium. I got Salt Ash 18 count from Cedar River. I wanted to try the Cedar River linen and see what it was like. And then I just went through and picked flosses that I thought were the colors, so I didn't get the called for. I just color matched what I thought was good. And then another cowboy boot bag. So that is what I got from there. That I think is the majority of Hemingway bag, but I think this was a current project I had. Yeah, that was a current project I had. Everything else in there was current stuff. Yeah. So I did have some progress in some other things in the meantime. But I think now is a wonderful time to take one of those breaks, put some of it away, and come back in a little bit. So stay tuned. All right, I'm back. All right, so this is like the bag of cross stitch that has been traveling with me for the last couple months for any places I go. So we have some cross stitching updates, some progress. I went to, I don't remember where I was when I started this one, but it might have been at home. But I am doing the laundry series for from Hands On Design, and I finished one of them already. I finished Irony, the opposite of Wrinkly, and okay, I just found a rogue needle with thread, so that was a good find. So it's on the same fabric, but you can't, it's off to the side. But the one I started next was Self-Service, Loads of Fun. This one here, and here is where I got to with it. I honestly, I don't remember exactly where it was that I was working on this, but I am doing that, and I did do a conversion of it because you'll notice it was done on light, so changing some colors up on that. But yeah, I like that one. It's a nice, easy, relaxing kind of stitch. There's not a lot of thinking. I don't think I've had to like frog or do much with that one when I've done it, so that's nice. That one's gonna go up there because, like I said, that's kind of one I've been working on. Since it was July, I think I started working on this one in June a little bit, but I was like, oh, should probably pull this one out. This is my One Nation. So One Nation by Bygone Stitches. I am doing this on Ween Beans from Needle Bling, and I am doing the top section first. So I have all of the blue except for, if you look at the blue, you'll see like in between the white flowers in the middle there, there's like one or two little stitches there. I didn't do that. So I still have to do the blue in the center and the blue on those. So I'm gonna do all of the white first, and then I can do the rest of those blues. But yeah, I like how the white pops on that a lot. So I think I might have had like maybe one of those stars done, maybe two, one or two. But yeah, so that was one that I started working on for June and July. I'll probably put this one away now for a while, just cause. All right, we're gonna need that out. Next up, I've got Lily, and oh my gosh, funny story. I haven't worked on Lily at all. I just brought Lily wood just in case I wanted to work on Lily, Last time I worked on Lily was back in November in Pigeon Forge at Stitching in the Smokies. Well, Nancy, Bougie Stitcher, she left a little present in here, and we were talking about somebody else at the 307 retreat was working on Lily and came over and said, oh, look what I started Lily. And I'm like, oh, I got a Lily. And I pulled it out and we were talking about it, and Amy says, let me see that. Amy knew that Nancy hid it in there. Yeah, Nancy, it's you. She hid it in there, but Amy forgot that Nancy hid it in there, and Nancy forgot that Nancy hid it in there until Amy pulled it out. So it was a fun little surprise that we found in Lily. And the surprise, I just better double check. The surprise does not live in Lily's bag anymore. It has been passed along. So there. So Lily's gonna go back on my shelf for a little while. This was another bag that I got when I was there, but this has some kitted up. I kitted up the banner of benevolence, so that is all on there. So that's living in there for a little while. There's some more patriotic things that I kitted up, but I did not start. So that is some of my stitching progress from the last 2 retreats. I'm just cleaning out my bag here, making sure I got everything out that I need to have out. You know, how many glasses do you need? All of them. Oh, this was fun. This was my our name tags for the 307 retreat, but instead of it being on a string to wear around your neck, it's a magnet. So that was cool. I liked that idea. That was really fun. And then, yep, that's everything from that bag. Let's see. This was my little thing that was on the table. We'll see if there's anything in here. Okay, yep, there's some more stitchy fun goodies in here. This was something that a retreat gift that we got from the Cross Stitch Emporium. It is a wooden, I can't remember who, here we go, Front Porch Designs. There's some floss drops in there, and then it's a nice wooden tray to put your floss drops in as you're working. So that was really pretty. That was awesome. I got a little chenille. Oh, at Starbucks in Wyoming, I looked to see if I wanted to get the Wyoming cup, and I didn't, but I got this pin. That was a fun find. We got some Mesa Sunset from Beth, one of my sister samplers. I got some floss drops from Prairie Tactical Stitcher. Got some different Devil's Tower. Oh, some pictures of the kids. Fun. All right. Oh, this is what I got from Stacy as the table gift. She did some crocheting, so that was awesome. Got a little pull handle, and then some little coasters. So thank you, Stacy. I love these. Let's see, 307 Stitch. This is from Bertha, so it was a little table gift. It looks like there's some candy in there. That's awesome. Let's see, got a little counting pin. Some of these things were left on the table. Got a little thread bed from Sharon Collier. She made these for everybody. That was nice. Oh, 307 at the 307 stitch. Got a little, well, this was also from Beth, from my sister Samplers, a little heart wax. Got some patriotic charms. Let's see. Got a scissor fob, little cowboy boots. That was from, oh yeah, I saw Nicole and, not Lisa. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I hate when I forget names. And it was there. It was there just a second ago. So those are some of the little gifts that people passed out at the 307 retreat. Okay, there is some of that. Okay, so I'm gonna keep going around the circle here. Oh, here's some stitching progress. I finished. I feel like I want to find the pattern. I don't know exactly where that pattern is. It's okay. I'm just gonna show it. It is from Caterpillar. I'm gonna say Caterpillar Crossing, but Caterpillar Stitching. Positivity Rules. This is something I started, I believe I started it back in, see, this is all the stuff that's in my pile over there. So this was a stitch that I started for Mental Health May in 2023, and this is Positivity Rules. And I did it on this, I got this from Vintage Needle Arts, and I just thought it was really cool. You can see that it's iridescent or opalescent, but I picked my own colors and did my own kind of thing. I did it close to what the picture showed, but and I know this, holding this up is not doing it any justice here, but I am very proud of it. It is very bright, very colorful, and I need to get like a white frame for it. I took this with me on my road trip, but I didn't find anything, so I think I need to take this with me because I'm going to Welcome Stitchery here in 2 weeks for another welcome weekend, so I need to bring that with me. So that is going to stay in the part of your plans pile. All right, let's see. I got a couple things in the mail. Little happy mail from Jenny, Quilt Junkie. Lizzie Kate, Work Hard, Play Hard. She sent me this cute little sheepish, it's a wool felt needle case. It's a kit to do that. That's cute. And then she had a book that she was getting rid of. I don't remember if it was a duplicate or not, but I did not find that I had that one. So it's Simply Jelly Rolls, and there's all kinds of, I wonder if there's a page in here that has like all of the different ones, but there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 different patterns in here. It's cute, and I know I have some jelly rolls upstairs. Oh, that's a cute one. There's fun. They got some flowers, some just stripies, things that look like they can go pretty quick. Oh, there's some cute Bakewell quilts. That one's cute with some hearts. That'll be fun. I'm excited. Thank you, Jenny. All right, I had a bin of some things that needed a bunch of ends sewn in, so I did get some of the things done that I was gonna do. This is a little like hanger that that I did I crochet it or knit it? I crocheted this one, I think. It's just like just a little hanger where you can put like a little plant in, or little bags or something like that right by the door, a little catcher of sorts. So that's fun. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I think it's gonna go into my I have a box upstairs of little gifty things to give to people if I needed a small gift or whatever. Or who knows, maybe if it sits there long enough, it'll just get donated in my next clean out. But it was fun. I am totally a process person, not product, when it comes to doing my crafts. Here is I got all the ends sewn in on a cowl that I made, so that was cute. This is out of Malabrigo Chunky. I had some hats where I had the hats and I had the pom-poms. I just got to put them on. So here is one of them that I did. And I did not knit these hats. I did buy these hats at a sample sale. But then I bought the pom-poms to match. So I've got some new hats. So when it's winter, isn't that one fun? And then, oh, I love this one. I just love this one. So there you go. So I can put those up in my hat drawer. One year I thought, oh, I'm gonna make everybody a heart coaster. I got one done and I was on a plane. And I decided I'm not gonna make everybody a heart coaster because it wasn't the most favorite thing in the world to do. This is cotton. So I'm gonna throw this in my dishcloth drawer, and it'll be a little scrubby to use. And a dishcloth. And I did not make this one. This is crocheted. I don't remember where I got it from though either. So, but I do love these cotton dishcloths. The ends were not sewn in on it, so I did that. Oh, and then here's like a little kit that I had. A little, I guess could you call it needlepoint? Yeah, because it's just one, it's not X's. So I did that and I stuffed it. All right, drum roll. Are you ready for this? One of the things that was in my to-do pile for quite some time was my Tunisian crochet bag. And again, I don't have the paper of what it's called, but this is a bag that I did the Tunisian crochet on in a class, so that was good. And then there were instructions on it for lining and a handle and all that. So I got some hardware on here, and I put that, and I have the lining. Now I didn't do any heavy interfacing, so it's kind of a flimsy bag in a way, but I have a zipper. I put a zipper in it, and I have the lining in here, and it's gonna be hard to see, but I did some pockets. So I did a pocket, just one big pocket on this side, so I can put some things in there and that. So it's a good sized bag, a nice little project bag of sorts. So I'm excited. And yes, I did the zipper, and I did like a box bottom. So, and then it has like the strap, so I can wear it like that if I want. So I am very, very, very happy with this. I have a lock-in tomorrow night that I'm going to at the yarn shop, so I'm actually going to bring this with and show what I did. I do wish that I used a little heavier interfacing in here. I didn't do any interfacing actually, but that's the one thing I wish I would have done. But the Tunisian crochet of it turned out amazing. So very fun. We're going to put that right here. Okay. And yes, this is my pile of stuff. I mean, I did stuff. This was a pillowcase that I had that had a hole in the bottom, and I sewed that up. I got my sewing machine, my room all cleaned up and my sewing machine running, so now I can use this set of pillowcases again. And since I did get my everything going again, I did one of my table gifts. When I went to the retreat, I did 2 different table gifts. One of them was putting this little ruler box and doing a little padded bottom inside. So that was one of the table gifts. I did that for the Annie B's retreat. And then for the 307 retreat, I made pin cushions, little flower pin cushions, and I love how they turned out. I kept these 2 for myself, so those are fun. And I just put a little button there, and then on the other side, just to cover up, I did just a little felt button on the back. So there we are. So that was fun. I actually got to be creative these last few months. I had a few bags that were sitting in limbo, needing some love. This was actually a tote bag that I got in one of my boxes from Black Needle Society, I believe. And I don't use tote bags very often. I mean, just to carry a bunch of stuff, but not usually very often. So I thought this would be really good. I like this, but I wanted it as a drawstring bag. So I found a material lining that coordinated with it, and then I just used some string and I turned this into a drawstring bag. I cut off the handles and I did all that. Now I don't really know what I did on the side, but whatever I did, it's okay, because I mean, it's showing the other fabric through, which is good because it's, you know, it coordinates with it and it gives it a little something. So I thought that was really fun. And then one of the other bags that, I just found all of the paperwork that I was looking for. I had started making bags for some friends a long time ago, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make some bags and I'm gonna send off bags to all my friends. Well, I got a little flustered in that sewing department, so I stopped. But this is one of the bags that I made. I used a panel, and so this is the pile of stuff that's been sitting for years. I mean, I think this was like 2022 or 2020. I bet it was 2022 when I started these. I did not finish all of the bags. Some of them just went back in the pile and I didn't finish them, but this one I did finish because everything was all cut out, and so I did it, and I got the zipper in, and I love how it turned out with the lining and everything. So this was very fun, and this is being shipped off to the person it was intended for those years ago. So I don't know if she still watches my FlossTube, but if she does, she'll know that was for her when she gets it. So that's in my take care of pile. Here is it's Caterpillar cross stitch positivity rules, and I don't have a picture of it, but you know, so that's what it was there. And this was just all of the floss that I used for it, all that DMC that has to be put away. I've started it May of 2022, and I finished it just this last June, so that feels really good to have that done. Another thing that I finished as well, and I don't remember if I showed this on my last FlossTube or not, but it was still sitting on my floor. So this is my Serenity Prayer. This was my oldest whip. This, let's see if I have that card in here that where I think I started it, because it was, I don't have a card in there with it anymore. I don't know what happened to that one. All right, anyways, this one was around for a long time. At least 8 years or so, maybe more, I don't know. But here is my Serenity Prayer all done. So, it was a pain to do at points because it had been around so long. It was just one of those that it's like, I didn't enjoy working on it anymore. And then, but now that I have it done and it's been sitting in that pile and I haven't seen it, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm really glad I did that. So, so I do need to figure out finishing for that one as well. Let's throw that up there. All right, and one of my other things that I did, now this one is a whole complete trial and error. I had some t-shirts, some shirts I was getting rid of, and this one I thought, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can turn this one into a project bag. And like I said, this one was trial and error, but I got a completed project out of it. So this is one of the shirts that I had, one of my stitching shirts, and I took that t-shirt material, put some interfacing on it, and made a project bag out of this there. And then I did so this one was different from the other one that I did, because this I did the backing a little bit bigger and then folded the binding over and just sewed the binding on. So yes, that was the first time that I attempted that kind of a thing. So it's not perfect, but I think it's darn well good enough for me to keep. So I'm very happy. And then I had like some little, it was coming apart a little bit, and my machine, I can do some fancy stitching on there. So I just did some fancy stitching along that line underneath. And yeah, I'm just really happy how this turned out, and just so happy. So there were some extra fun things that I finished up. Okay, going around the corner, we are over to the fabric pile. So one of the things that I was doing the last few months was I was preparing to kit up Lady of the Flag and Queen of Freedom. I have those in this pile over here kitted up, but I was looking for fabric, so I went on a fabric hunt, just kind of like when I was going for the pinks the other trip. So this is, I mentioned Vintage Needle Arts. So I've ordered from them before, and this is actually, it's right here. It's Opalescent Night Shadow. This is what my Caterpillar cross stitch Positivity Rules was on. And so I have two different ones. They do some different dyeing processes, and one of them has, the only way that I know that it's different dyeing process is by the code of how it does it. It's, you can see it's a ZDDA and ZBDA. So you can see on those codes there, but otherwise everything else on them is the same. They're both Night Shadow and they're both opalescent, but one's a little darker than the other. One is like the BDA and the DDA means two different things. One's like a drip or drop, or I don't remember, but it's the way that the material's dyed. There's two different ways. So I thought that was really cool. I wanted to see what the difference was, and I know I like this fabric a lot, so I'm like, all right, perfect. I also got 18 count Ada stone. and 18 count Ada birch, which is just like a nice creamy color. But yep, it's Vintage Needle Arts. And I believe it's an Etsy shop, if I remember right. Yeah, Etsy store. And I think they're pretty reasonable with their pricing. So, like I said, I went on a fabric hunt for the perfect fabric for Lady of the Flagging Queen of Freedom. Plus other things that I thought looked neat. So, some of these I might have pulled from my drawer even. But some of these, I think, like, so I know most of these I ordered, but a couple of them might have been pulled. I'm pretty sure I got this one from Bobby at Pumpkin Creek Primitives. Mystic Fabrics, 18 count diversity. Mystic Fabrics, 18 count all the things. And this one was just cause Mystic Fabric, 18 count Mother Nature. I got a Bronze Age from Bestitch Me from Pumpkin Creek. Silver Mist. I thought this one was really pretty. And I was, like I said, so I was going with some brown tones and some silver tones, and you'll see when I get to those two that I kitted up. And this is 16 count that I got. I got Tan Dye Effect from Fabric Flare, and that's 18 count. Another Fabric Flare. This one's Old Liberty Marble, 18 count. I thought one of these might be kind of a good one to do too. It's like a little darker blue. This one's called Anthracite Lugana, and this is 32 count. There. It's blue though, so. And then another one, 32 count Lugana again, and this one's slate blue. So I thought one of these might be kind of fun. And then I'm definitely venturing out into different fabrics these days. This one's Pearl Gray 32 count Lugana. So it's kind of like covering all my bases. I got some Grace Note fabric wrists. That was 18 count. I haven't even opened that one yet. Ooh, this one I thought was pretty. This one is, oh, I wanted to try some Manny Di Donna. This one is Ron Fog, and it is a 32 count linen, but it is really cool. And here I got Lap and Loops 32 count small potatoes. Got that from Welcome Stitchery. I got some slate. This one I walked past it and I was like, oh my gosh. So this is all the stuff that I got from, some of this I got from March. So you might have seen some of this already. This one, because this was after Needlework Market. This one's X-Jute Designs Deep Red. And I just remembered that because I saw this and that reminded me, because I was looking for Grandpa's sleeve. I found Witch's Brew there that weekend. And the Grandpa sleeve is in that pile over there. So, because I ordered it when I couldn't find it. Fiber on a Whim Brown Sugar. I got some 28 count linen. I just put all the fabric into a pile, so I wasn't sure what was what. This one was New Earth. I got some Forbidden Fiber Co. granites. And then this one was just fun. 18 count Ada, Berkshire Hive. And here's a couple in here. This one I got from Stacy at Thread the Needle Stitchery. This one doesn't have a tag on it, but it's, I don't remember the name of it, but it's like, it's a linen and it's like a slate color. And then I also got Forbidden Fiber Co. Vintage Doily 18 count Ada. I got some Tabby Cat linen. This one is 28 count Lollybrock linen. And I got this, looks like from Hobby House. All right, so that is that pile of linen, or all the fabric that I had before. I was watching somebody's FlossTube and they were mentioning Blackberry Primitives. They are fast with shipping. I just ordered it this week. So, and it came today, I think. It was either yesterday or today. I got Water's Edge 36 count linen. I thought that was really pretty looking. Harbor Gray 36 count linen. And then White Smoke 36 count linen. So I thought they were all really pretty, good neutrals. And then I also got 32 count linen graphites. So, all right, that is all of the linen, or all of the fabric that I had from before. Let's see, I got my Halloween. I haven't even opened and looked at it yet, but I can feel that coming on soon. I got some Cottage Garden thread. I'm sorry, not Cottage Garden. Yeah, Cottage Garden thread. I'm in the tier 2 club. Or is it tier 3 club? I don't remember. I think it's tier 3. So I have 2 months here. I probably have another one coming pretty soon. Oh, looks like I got something special with this one. Let's see, we got some Hamish. Fern. Gwenny, that's pretty. Wheat. Bienvenue. Petunia. I feel like I'm starting to get some duplicates, maybe. Fairy Dust. Victor. Red Hot Poker. That one's neat. River Gum. Bonnie Brook. And a Baby's Breath. And then I got, it's Wildflowers, a pattern, You Belong Amongst the Wildflowers, from Amy Calissa. That was nice. Cool. All right, so that was one of them. Yep, tier 3. All right, here we have Gretchen, Water Wheel, Hendrix, Puggle. That is a cute name, and I love the color of that one. Look at how the coppery rust, the stuff blends in with the coppery rust in there. That's really cool. Running Postman. Ampersand. It's a nice gray, dark gray. Duck Egg. Clay. Blue Wren. Lettuce Leaf. Okay, that one's showing up a lot brighter than what it is. Let's see. There you go. That's a little more true. Nightshade. Sawyer. And Pickle. All right, so that catches us up on that. From the yarn shop, I'm going to talk about this in a second, but they had some Toil and Trouble from Witch City. Look at that yarn. And I got 2, just in case I wanted to make something big with it. It's a very fun slubby yarn. It's called Pumpkin King. And it is a sock yarn. One of the lock-ins I went to, it was a chicken lock-in of some sort. I can't remember. But they gave us some Cascade 220. And I think this is the one that I got. And I'm like, oh, I want a purple one. And then they gave us a little bit more yarn and a pattern to make a chicken. So we got a chicken squeaker too. And then they gave us this little basket with that in it. When I was out shopping while I was there, I did find this really cool green chunky Cascade superwash. So that was a fun one. More yarn. This is from Sandhill Yarns. So Sandhill Yarns, I've talked about them before. They are very affordable yarn, and they go on like every week, and with small batches. Well, they must have acquired more space or something like that, because they now have larger batches. And I did get a couple of things from them about a month or so ago. This one is a bulky, and it's called Thistle and Twine. And this one is called Ghost Town, and this one is a DK. This one was just very cool. And of course, just in case I want to make something big with it. Or did I get... Yeah, no, they're both DK. So that is the yarn. All right. Oh, here is the... it's Poppy the chicken. And Beatrice chicken crochet. So there's a crochet and a knit pattern. All right, back to in April. At the end of April, I went to the Needle Bling retreat, And one of the things I started there Jessica was working on it, was Santa and Rudolph. I don't have the picture because I had it on my iPad, but I did finish, well, here. It's these guys here. Linda helped me a ton. We went and we pulled flosses for them when we were there. Needle Bling brought basically all of their floss that they had, so it's all tangled in a mess right now, but so we pulled and got a conversion for it instead of, because they didn't have any DMC. So I did that, and I started and finished Santa since then. So I still have to do Rudolph. Not sure what fabric this is on, but I feel like it's a Needle Bling one that I probably got from there, but I'm not sure. It's tucked up in there, if it's even on there. Not feeling any paper, so, but he turned out so good, so good. So, and I do have plans to go to the Dirty Annie retreat in September down in Texas. So I think I'm going to bring this with and do the other one while I'm down there. Let's see. I did not do anything on that. That's my Eiffel Tower, my April in Paris. Didn't really touch that. Let's see. My brioche hat. Didn't really make it too far on that, but I did meet up with my friends, and Heather did get me on track again, so she helped fix my mistakes. So this will come back out for life again. This is my lamia wrap. So when I was at the lock-in, I think for the chicken lock-in, somebody was working on the lamia wrap, and there was a class that was starting called the Flip Dana, and it's both Tunisian crochet. And I was like, oh, I was intrigued. I was completely intrigued by that. So I decided to get out my lamia wrap and to give it a whirl, and I restarted it, and the second time's better. So this is a lamia wrap by Tony Lipsy, and I'm doing it with Eco Duo Cascade. Just so soft and fuzzy, so good. I don't have a picture of this one. I have the pattern just online, but it's going to be very fun. And then, let's see, I did do a little bit more on my temperance. Little by little, I get a few rows done. So, what do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 3 repeats of like all of this. 3 more of that. So maybe this year that one will be done. All right. Oh, this has been hiding behind me the entire time. I have an FFO, another one. And this is my autumn rules. And I finally have it all put together. I found this piece of wood at Michael's, and I found these at Hobby Lobby. So we put these into there, and then I just did some wire, wrapped some wire around it, and got some little clips. So this is hanging, so I can change this out if I get another piece that's like similar, that's seasonal. I could change this out, otherwise it'll just live on here. So, and I did stain the wood too, because it came like this, so I did stain it to be a darker behind it. But there's my autumn rules all finished and ready to go up on the wall this autumn. So I did do stuff. I've been busy. All right. Oh, here's some more needle bling stuff. So when we were at the needle bling retreat, we were talking about the week Stye Works things and all that. Probably not gonna really get it out. But somebody said that there was like a little floss kind of to hold your week Stye Works, because do I have one? I don't even have one close. But basically you take this little white strip off and you put your week Stye Works right on there, and you can have a nice a nice way to hold your floss for it. So we ordered a big pack of those and split it through between all of us at the table. So I got some week's floss drops. I won a prize at the Needle Bling retreat, and this is my humble homestead. And it is something, I think, from Running with Needles and Scissors. I got all the floss for it and the linen for it. But yeah, so here's a close-up of it. And it came in this cute little box. That was fun. Let's see. I don't know where the pattern is for the Needle Bling retreat, the one that we got at the retreat, but I have the floss and fabric that came in the swag bag for it. It was Get Your Stitch On 2026. All right, this, guys, we're almost done. I have this one pile left. This was not from the Needle Bling retreat. This was actually from, I won a door prize at Welcome Stitchery, and that's in this pile as well. Oh, here's the rest of it. So my door prize that I won was this pattern and this frame. So, it's white. It's like a picket fence, and it has 4 slots here. And in the back, it has cutouts so where you can like put things inside. So what I think I'm gonna do is my laundry series. I'm going to use this somehow to put those items in here. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna use this to help decorate my laundry room with those stitches. So I'm excited for that. I love that frame. That is awesome. Let's finish up this yarn piece here, and then we'll get into all the cross stitch stuff that's there. So I took apart the baby blanket that I was working on, and I had to start it over. So I am now this far again from starting it over. I messed up on it somehow pretty bad, and I really need to get going because Brixley really needs her blanket. It's going to be cold again soon, so I have to have that to her before September. That's my goal. And then I mentioned when we at the lock-in, there was a flip Dana, it's called. I might have, the picture I have might be really bad because my printer was, you know what, here's a picture of the flip Dana because the picture that I have is really bad. My printer was running out of ink. And so basically it's 2 parts. So you saw like the 2 different parts, and it's reversible. You can flip it back and forth. I do have one of the parts done. All I have left to do here is to bind off on it. But this is one of the parts. And here it is up close. Has a little houndstooth kind of feel to it. And the silver, you can see that the silver yarn is has a little sparkle to it. So those are the 2 yarns I'm using. So it'll be something like this. I don't know. It'll be something like that when it's done, but it has a second part to it. So the other part that I'm doing is, there goes my water again. I am using this DK yarn held with this squishy stuff. It's actually Surrey Seda. It's a cascade, and I bought 2 colors because I wasn't sure if I wanted this one or this one held with it, and I ended up doing this one. So it's Cascade Surrey Seda, and then B-Woolen DK held together. And I am, again, this is Tunisian crochet. This one is this one is just using the Tunisian crochet simple stitch. So this is those 2 held together. I got a little bit of a ways to go on this one, and it likes to curl. So I'm gonna have to definitely block that. And then this one to hold this one up again. Here's the top there, I think. Okay, here's the top of it. So this is the Tunisian pearl stitch. It's a Tunisian pearl and a slip, and Tunisian pearl and a slip, and alternating back and forth with the colors. Although I am holding it wrong, aren't I? Oh no, that's the right way. It's cool. I am really liking the Tunisian crochet look. It's a nice cross between crochet and knit. It gives a good fabric feel, nice to it. And then, but it's crochet, so it's faster. Go figure, you know? So I like it. I like it a lot. In fact, so much that next week, next Monday, I start another Tunisian crochet class, and the yarn I have for that is over there, so I'll talk about that on the next video, because I don't have the pattern printed out or anything yet. All right, so in this corner, what I have left is, there is a little bit of shopping from the road trip, but I've got the Annie B's retreat from down at Welcome Stitchery in June, and the Needle Bling retreats from April. So let's see. This is one that I found on the free table, I believe, or maybe I got that from somebody. I don't remember now, but I'm very happy to get it. I was very happy to get this. Here is so this Yorkshire driftwood. It is a 14 count. I just thought it was very cool looking, very rustic. And this one's very rustic as well. This one's 18 count raw linen. And sometimes I have a hard time finding that actually, so that's why I got that. And then this is a needle bling, I believe. Yes, pumpkin Lugana, 32 count. I also got Liberty, which is Weeks Dye Works, 30 count when I was there. Isn't that a gorgeous red? I got this from, these are some like little gifts that we got from different people too. So this little pouch, that's really fun, from Nana K. I got USA Shepherd's Bush, and it has all of the stuff in it. I got that needle minder. Oh, this was on the free table. It was Hello from Liz Matthews, and you can use it for some finishing things. This was also on the free table. 16 count Lagoon Fibrana Whim. Oh, so were these. I did good on the free table. Some coloring cotton bisque and some more Fibrana Whim cream and sugar. All right. Oh, this is where I had fun buying some animal crackers. Some of them might be duplicates, but they had a lot of them there, so I just wanted to make sure I stocked up. So I got Miss Hazel, Maggie May, Reynard, and Clovis. Now I'm not getting all of them, but there are quite a few that I want to get. Got some stickers. I think those were on the free table also. Little hoop off of the free table. Sam Sarah from the free table. Oh yeah, all of this. Most of these things were from the free table. You know what? Some of these were things that I brought to the free table that I took back too. That was the Sam Sarah. And then these were also ones that I took back. That's what this is. I'm like, what? Here, oh, crap. Okay, let's, just a random piece of fabric. Oh, I got Garden of Quilts. It's so Emma. I thought that was really cute. That's a random fabric. Crochet a Go-Go Holly Jolly. These guys were cute. O is for Old Glory from Heartstring Samplery. This was from the free table. Holly Jolly Scroll. or Jolly Squirrel. Another random fabric. And then there was, somebody had brought in like all kinds of, oh, I got the 250 berry, all kinds of stuff from an aunt or something like that. Christmas patches. I thought he was really cute. And on the back, he's got like, there's like different wreaths and things too. And then this one, once I finished some of my other full coverages, I thought this would be a fun one to do. Flight of Freedom. They had a ton of these that they had. I mean, just boxes and boxes of these. All kinds. So that was the needle bling retreat. I actually stayed pretty good under control. I did really well on the free table there. And then this is from the Welcome Stitchery Annie B's retreat. But let me show you this first. This was really fun. So on my road trip, my friend Lisa, she has a Lego passport book. So she likes to go find the different Lego stores all around. So we found 3, one in Nebraska and two or three in Colorado. I think we found 3 in Colorado. So we went to all the different Lego stores. And when I was there, I found some things I liked. So I'm not going over the top, but I did find City of Paris. And I thought that was so cool. So here's a picture of it sitting on a desk or something so you can see how big it is. So it's not over the top. It's 21,064. Oh wait, no. 958 pieces. So kind of excited about that. And then I really love their flowers. So these are the flowers that I ended up getting. I got the magnolia branches. And then I also got the cherry blossoms. I think these are gonna look so good together, and I can put them inside of a cup together to display. So yes, I got some Legos. All right, let's do this next. So one thing that I got at the Welcome Stitchery retreat and one of the reasons that I started Barbara Anna when I was there, this one, is because they had these grapevine wreaths. Isn't that going to be so cool? I'm going to finish it inside this grapevine wreath. So I'm very excited for that. All right, let's see. We've got bags in here and it's going to be crunchy. Looks like I got some fabric. And amongst things. So here I got Be Sweet by Annie B's and Strawberry Milk by Annie B's. Thought those were fun. They had a lot of fabric vendors. Atomic Ranch 20 count, Mirkwood. Cottage Cat. I've been wanting to try Cottage Cat, so I got some 20 count Ada. This one is Stinky. And 20 count Ada Shadow. And I have some flosses in here. I'm not sure why I have these flosses in here, but I have some flosses in here because they don't go with any of these things. All right. I'm going to talk about those later. Well, No, yeah, I'll talk about those later. Here is, I wonder if those are the flosses for this. No, it's not. This is the retreat piece. Kindred Stitchers. Its Kindred Stitchers are not as scarce as I used to think. So this is the retreat piece from Annie B's. It was so cute. And she gave us actually 2 of them. She did another little side version of it. So this is a piece, like if you look at the top there, it's a take on one of those. And we have all the stuff for that as well. And then the fabric and flosses for this. So that was nice to get all of that together. All right, next. I think those were, a lot of that was table gifts. Oh, she did some different, she did some little make and takes where you could stamp a towel or trace on a towel and color it in for embroidery. That's what this is for. That's what these flosses are, is for the embroidery. There we are. I knew it would come together. One person was giving out extra rickrack that they had. Let's see. There's so many fun things. Somebody Sable Stitchers. She had crocheted all these little things with a button and given one to everybody. That's nice. Yeah, I'm not remembering half of the stuff that's in there anymore. There were a lot of good table gifts. Oh, there's a quilt shop in Blue Earth. Of course I have to go to the quilt shops and the yarn shops, right? All right, so here, these were just some fun little fat quarters that she had. And then I got these 2 to go together also. Those were fun. And then, so that was at the trunk show, or when the little vendor shopping area. But then I went to the store and, okay, this is funny. I knew I liked this fabric. I bought it in Wyoming too. But I bought it at Michelle's to go with this. This is Teresa Kogut. This is one of her new fall lines. Let's see if I can open it up so you can see more. It's kind of, oh, it's upside down. Here we go. And then I also got this one. I know this one's an older one, but I got these 2 to go together. And then this one I believe was an older one as well too. And then I got that to go with it. But this can also go with this too. So that is the fabric I got from Blue Earth. We got this awesome tray from Welcome Stitchery. It says, "Where Stitchers Meet, Memories Blossom." And there's a magnet right here for your scissors. Love that. That was so good. Okay. So, oh, this was the jar. So maybe that floss wasn't for that. Maybe that was something else. We're gonna have to check that out again because the floss is in there. Was the centerpiece. Okay. I I got from Tara, the 805 Stitcher. She made us all bags as table gifts. And she, okay, so this is cute. I have never seen this before. We got, well, I've seen these, but we got some little finger clipper things, a little chicken, but there's this book. It's called For the Best Table Mates, A Story of Lost Floss. I have not read this yet. I do want to read it because there's a story and there's also a bunch of floss in here that goes along with it. So definitely need to read that and figure that out. But that was a fun, unique gift. That was really fun. It was such a good time with everybody down there. Okay, so the Primitive Hair Witch's Frost that I got, this one, I got it for this, the Boo Halloween banner from Primitive Hair. Oh wait, it's the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee Handmade 2023. I thought it was Primitive Hair. Oh, it's the Queen Bee. I also had ordered Grandpa Sleeve. And then she didn't have these from Nashville, so I had ordered these two. I got the Cornflower Cottage from Dirty Annie's. I think I'll take these with me too. Marigold Manor and Rosie Roost. I'll probably take these along with me down in September. Pansy Patch Quilt, Winter Quilt Barn. That one I think was a pre-order that she had on one of her Welcome Wednesdays. Oh yes, and Just Nan, the little hedgie. That was also from one of her Welcome Wednesdays. And a little Mill Hill, Happy Harvest. And then this was another one that I asked her to order for me, Creme Brulee from Tabby Cat. And this is 28 pounds. And then this was a one that she had to order in for me from Nashville. It was the Robbie Rooster. She accidentally got me P, the parrot one, but I wanted the rooster. All right. Okay, so that is everything from the cross stitch retreat. But there's one more super fun thing in here, and I actually forgot that this was in here. So back in March when I went down there, Becky from the Black Sheep Yarn Studio, she had she's got a knitting machine, a circular knitting machine where she can do socks. So when I was down there, we had done we did a skein of yarn and we made a tube. So this is what we did before. We made this tube on the circular machine, and what you can do is you can take these tubes and you can strategically take them apart and knit in your toe. You can find your spot for your heel, knit in your heel, and then knit the cuff. So you can do socks from a tube. So these were attached at one time, and I unattached them and I did the toe so far. So what I did is I left her with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe skeins of yarn. I don't remember. Oh, wait till you see this. This is so fun. Okay. There's a break in the action somewhere, but she did her, so you can see this is just yarn knit into tubes. And then I can just take them apart for however, you know, long I want. If I want them to be long socks, or this could be 2 long socks, or it could be like 5 shorty socks. But then there's also, that one was done in 2 separate pieces, and then this one. So this is pretty, this is like 1 skein of yarn on the sock knitting machine. So I'm very excited for this. Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So now I can make some socks. All right, there is all of the stuff. I got a lot of things done. I did a lot of things. I went a lot of places in this time, but there's still a lot to do. There's still a lot of things on my to-do list. And so the next month, probably July and August, I'm going to try to work through those, because I know my July is busy, but my August is not as busy. So that'll be good. I'll be able to have time to get through some of that stuff. I'm not even going to say what my plans are. I'm going to stitch, I'm going to knit, I'm going to crochet. I might bind a quilt. I'm going to see play with grandkids. I'm going to go to Welcome Weekend in July. I might go to the lake at the end of July. I have the retreat this weekend. And then, yeah, in August, who knows, just all the fun things. So there we are. All right, with that, I am out of here, because now I really have a big mess I need to clean up, because I didn't take breaks in the middle to do that. So, all right, everyone, have a wonderful rest of your night. Smile, sparkle, shine, and have a fabulous day.